Starting an Amazon business in 2026 can feel very overwhelming and frustrating. Finding profitable inventory is already difficult as is, but then anytime you do find something profitable, you probably can't sell it. So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly what I would do if I was a brand new seller starting online arbitrage in 2026, and show you the very first thing that I would actually focus on to get auto approvals and get ungated so you don't have to worry about it in the future. All right, so if I started Amazon FBA in 2026, here's exactly what I would do first. All right, so some obvious prerequisites we need to get started is going to be a selling account, and then obviously our software is installed. So this video is going to be particularly for someone who has all of the prerequisites finished and is ready to start actually making money with online arbitrage. Okay, and our main goal and the main thing that I would be focusing on if I was a brand new seller is simply to sell through my first 200 units and reach an account health rating score of 204, which is going to lead me into our first point, which is how to actually do this. So step one, we're going to want to find a product with lots of competition to find storefronts from. Also, a quick tip for you guys, we ideally want to be searching for stores with review counts that are under 5 to 10 reviews. This is because we're going to find a lot of sellers that are in a similar position as us, meaning they're going to also have similar products that we can actually sell, because the biggest thing you're going to run into as a new seller is going to be literally not being able to sell anything. So that is why our very first goal is going to be getting our first 200 units sold, because once we do that, brands are going to naturally start opening up more and more over time automatically, and we don't have to go and submit invoices like Amazon tells you need to. We can just do it this way. So first, let's go ahead and find that product with lots of competition. So if we go down here, okay, we can use this setup and Keepa product finder to essentially find products that have lots of comp. So we can set our buy box minimum at 16, Amazon out of stock with the check mark on so that we don't have to look for listings that Amazon is on. And then we have new offers minimum at 50. So this is going to give us a ton of offers on the listing, and then a sales rank minimum of 200,000. That was my bad. Sales rank maximum of 200,000 is what we actually want to look for, just so that we're not coming across really slow selling products. And then I would recommend filtering top to bottom on the listings with the highest amount of offers to the lowest amount of offers. Okay, so now we're looking basically for the listings that have the most offers to the least. Okay, so if I'm going to be in Keepa product finder and I'm actually going to go ahead and do this, this is going to be looking like this. So $16 buy box, Amazon out of stock, sales rank is to a max of 200K, and then new offer count is at 50. You guys can see we have about 700 products that meet this criteria. So now you're going to go ahead and hit find products, and then what I would recommend you doing is taking this new offer count here and then essentially just going from top to bottom, which is going to give us the most flooded offer listings to the least. Okay, so we can see that we have something like this House of Her, we have this Lakeshore multiplication machine, and then we have some other stuff as we go further down the list. So we could go ahead and just pull up something like this to start. Okay, so now moving on to step two, once we've found a product that we're actually going to start using to get storefronts from, we're going to use seller amp reverse sourcing to source through sellers with a 0 to 10 review count. Lower the better, because they are more applicable to our situation, and we're essentially just trying to find a brand that we are already approved to sell. Okay, so we're literally just looking for any brand that we can sell, and then from there we're going to move into step three, which is where we're skipping any brands that we can't sell. But once we find a brand that we can sell, we're going to take that brand and use a new Keepa product finder setup, and we're essentially going to be doing a brand search so that we can start finding products that we can sell, and hopefully find products that make some money, just a little bit, just enough to where it's like we don't have to lose money, but we're just going to focus on getting those first 200 units sold. So once you have your first listing pulled up, you're going to scroll down into this offers tab here. Okay, I recommend you filtering this by live if it's not already filtered there, and we're just going to kind of like pick through all of the FBA offers here. So we have this guy at no offers, this guy at 2 offers. Okay, and we're just essentially going to look through their storefront and see if there's anything that we can sell that, you know, they essentially are already selling. So something like this I would stay away from, just because this listing has some issues with it. Okay, so once you guys have a storefront pulled up here, essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be clicking on each listing in Seller Amp here, and it's going to pull up like the quick info, basically all of the stuff here on the right. What we're looking to see is if we are eligible or not to actually sell this product. If it says you guys are not eligible, all you'll have to do is copy the ASIN, go to Amazon Seller Central, and act as if you're going to add the product like normal. And if it lets you actually add the product to your catalog, which you'll know because there will be a button that says sell this product. If it says that, you're good. If it says apply to sell, that means you cannot sell this product. So we're essentially just going through somebody's storefront here and looking for ASINs that we can essentially, or not ASINs, sorry, but we're essentially looking for brands that we can sell. And then what we're going to do is take those brands and plug them into Product Finder. So in terms of a brand like this, where I'm not entirely sure if a new seller would be able to sell this, I'm going to use something different that has more products in their actual brand, like this Lion brand yarn here. So we're just going to assume that, you know, I went ahead, opened this up, and in the eligibility box, I was either eligible or I got it auto approved. So what I would do now that I've found a brand that I know I can sell from somebody else's storefront is we're going to take that exact same brand and plug that into our Keepa product finder with some new filters. So we can see this is called Lion Brand Yarn. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the advanced filters. And what we're going to do is in the brand section here, we're going to type in Lion Brand Yarn. Okay. And we can see this brand has over 12,000 products in their catalog. All right. And then moving on to step 3, we're going to be using these new filters to actually go ahead and start trying to find product that we can actually buy and then sell on Amazon. So now we're going to go ahead and fill out the buy box as a minimum of 9. So that means we're going to be sourcing anything that is more than $9 sale price wise. We're going to be having Amazon out of stock still. Our new offers now minimum are going to be 2. So if we scroll down here, go a little bit more up. So this now goes to 2 so that we can actually start finding products. You can see there's 335 products here. And then sales rank as the maximum. I keep putting min here. Sales rank maximum is 200,000 and then the specific brand that we're looking for. Okay, so I believe sales rank is already at 200K. So now we can run through 335 products and essentially see if we can make them profitable. And you know, what we're trying to do here is again, see if we can at least make them close to like break even. Because if we find profitable products, that's great. But our goal is just to simply buy product right now to sell on Amazon. Okay, because we're just trying to get ungated. So if we take a look at something like this here, to where we have this 3-pack of yarn. Okay, so with a product like this, essentially our goal is to get it pretty much as close to the max cost as possible. This is going to ensure that we are profitable, but even if we're not profitable on a product like this, our main goal is just to find profit that is around, you know, a 5% margin or about like a 10% ROI. And again, this is just to start getting units through the door. So essentially we're going to go through and start trying to look for this product and like essentially coupon it. So you can see it's being offered at Michael's here. And then it looks like they also have a bulk pack that's being advertised. So if we look for this product on Michael's, okay, we can see that they have this 15 pack that is in bulk for $5.84 a piece. This is on a coupon exclusion, so this wouldn't actually be couponable past this. But if we go ahead and look on Cardbear, which if you don't know what this is where you can use discounted gift cards to make the buy cost cheaper. We can see that Michael's currently has 15% on GCX, which is not cent cost price. And then if you guys don't know, Michael's actually lets you use tax exemption, which is for me in Ohio, another 7% off. So this is about 7%. Okay, this is pretty much break even, so not great, but it is sort of meeting our goal of what we're trying to do, which is essentially find products that are break even or a little bit more profitable than break even, around a 10% ROI or like a 5% margin, and essentially just start buying units, because our goal again is to sell our first 200 units here, okay, so that we can actually reach this account health score of 204, and so that Amazon can trust us to actually start sending more product, and not only that, getting ungated automatically in other brands. So essentially that's step 3, right? We are now just like going through, well, we're moving on to step 4 now, but now we're actually sourcing these products, okay, in these brands that we can sell. And our goal is to find a product that will reliably make a little bit better than break even after you've done analysis, which is around a 10% ROI. So even though this doesn't cut the criteria, if I feel like this is a really stable product here, which it did look pretty stable, and it does look actually very stable based on the offers tab here, we can see somebody did just tank the price to 29 bucks. So I'd be a little bit wary of that. However, if this product hadn't tanked to 29 and it would stay, you know, pretty stable at 30, this would have been a prime example of a product that I would have went ahead and bought and just essentially started to try and get units through, right? So maybe I'd buy like 10 units or something like that. And then over time, I'd be looking to get anywhere around 10 to 20 different ASINs. And within each of those ASINs, right, I'm making very little profit, but I'm able to actually start selling through units. Okay. Right now, you're going to be heavily restricted because Amazon doesn't trust you. Okay. So you're not going to have access to a lot of brands. So this means that the brands you can sell are very limited right now. So to shortcut more auto approvals and get more brands in the door, we want to buy fast selling listings and make very small margin, but purposely increase our account sales. Okay. So we're not worried about making too much money yet. We're just literally trying to shortcut the process of a very long and treacherous journey of not being able to sell products. Okay. And then essentially step 5 is just repeat steps 2 to 4 until you have found enough products that you can buy a total across all the ASINs you're buying 200 units of. Okay. So essentially we would have to multiply our results about 10 to 20 times over on something like this to get around 200 units. And then once we have those 200 units, you will want to then send those first 200 units in an Amazon optimized shipment split. So if you don't know what an Amazon optimized shipment split is, it's essentially that your boxes must must contain identical contents. So let's say you have 5 different ASINs that you bought. Okay, each box has to have the same amount of units per ASIN in that box, and it must have all of the 5 ASINs that you bought. Cannot be bigger than 25 inches on each side, cannot be heavier than 50 pounds a box, and then you also need a minimum of 5 boxes. Okay, the reason we do Amazon optimized shipment splits is because it's a lot faster when it comes to checking in and transfer times, which means you're going to sell through those 200 units much quicker because you're getting them in faster. And at that point, you're also able to start moving on to your next 30 days. So at this point, just to recap from steps 1 to 6, what you basically have done is you located high competition listings like the one we had pulled up earlier, okay, to essentially find a bunch of sellers in your same situation, right? Low review count sellers who are just getting started, who are going to have a lot of brands that you can probably sell. Even if you can't sell a lot of brands, they're going to have something you can start selling right off the bat. Then we essentially are looking to find those brands that we can sell, dive deeper on them, not worry about making profit because we're ultimately chasing those first 200 units sold, okay? So our goal now is just to buy 200 units. Doesn't matter how many ASINs, doesn't matter how deep you're buying on one product. I mean, you obviously shouldn't want to buy deep. You should be buying more than, I would say, 10 ASINs to get to your first 200 units, okay? And then by this point, you're just literally looking to break even or make a little bit of money, okay? Again, not a big deal to make profit right now. And then you're essentially just repeating that step 2 to 4 until you have those 200 units totaled. Once you have those 200 units, let's say at your house or where your warehouse or wherever you're operating out of, okay, you're going to want to send those optimized so that they can get checked in quick and that you can start selling. Now, once you've actually done this, your next 30 days of Amazon online arbitrage is going to look like this, or it should look like this. So you should now be sourcing sellers with up to a 10 review count while you are waiting for those first 200 units to sell through. Reason we do 10 review count is because these people's, stores are going to be very similar to what you are going to have a chance of selling once you start getting auto approvals. And then once you start seeing a little bit of auto approval success, I would recommend raising this up to like 100 review count. Okay, so then you can really start to get a wide variety of products that you can sell, because you will see a lot of overlap once you are in this very small range of 0 to 10 review count. So just keep that in mind. Okay, you should be keeping track of the brands and products you currently can't sell, as these will naturally open up more commonly in the future as you start selling through units, as Amazon trusts you more, okay, etc., etc. Any profitable products you can find today, great, buy them. Anything close, track it. Okay, so this is building your product ecosystem. We want to be doing this so that when we find products today, maybe they're not profitable, they can be profitable in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month down the line. That is how people actually build sustainable longevity with arbitrage. Okay, we are building out our ecosystem. Make sure that anything that's gated, you're tracking it, all that kind of stuff. I recommend to send out a minimum of 50 units in a shipment, and preferably do it optimized so that you can be quick with the turnaround. If your rate is too lopsided though on the optimized shipment split and it makes more sense to do minimal, you can do minimal. Just understand that your items are going to be in transit pretty much double the time. And in the beginning, speed is very important. Okay, just time to market, getting your products live, very, very important stuff. So this is essentially what I would do if I was a brand new seller starting in 2026. Okay, I would literally just be doing this exact thing, to where I'm purposely targeting and trying to shortcut the ungating hurdle that most sellers are going through, so that I can ultimately start actually sourcing for real in my next 30 days. And then by that point, I'm getting auto approvals rolling in, I'm building out my ecosystem, I'm actually able to buy products profitably, and then ungating and all of that mess is no longer a headache, and I can solely focus on actually bringing cash in for the business. So that's going to be everything for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, definitely feel free to leave a like or show support in any way you can. If you guys don't know, I run a free newsletter. Link is in the description below, where I give free game once a week on Wednesdays, teaching you how to start or scale your online arbitrage business. And with all that out of the way, that's going to be all from me for now. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.